Good morning, everyone. I am Sir Jeff, the advisor of Section Pisces in Tacuna National High School. Today we are going to learn a new lesson, especially in Mathematics 8. Hopefully you are in good health and in safe while listening to our lesson for this day, and take note. So, every clarification or misunderstanding of our lesson, you can directly contact me through my messenger or through comment in the comment box below. Okay, but before we start our lesson for this day, let's start it with a prayer. Father in heaven, thank you so much, Lord, for your love and goodness to our life. And Lord, as we have our lesson for this day, guide us, Lord. Help us, Lord, to understand it. And then, Lord, I pray for all the students for their good health and safety. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. Make yourself comfortable while listening to our lesson for this day. Okay? Good luck!
This is our lesson for this day, understanding relation in a function. In previous lesson, you have learned a Cartesian coordinate plane, plotting of points, and ordered pairs. But in this lesson, you are going to understand what is relation in function. And these are the objectives of this lesson. So at the end of this lesson, you are expected first illustrate a relation in a function. Then the second one, verify if a given relation is a function. Then the last one, determine if a given relation is a function in a given representation. Because later on, we represent relation in different ways. So hopefully, you listen, take note, and understand the topic. You can ask question through directly texting me or through my messenger or any contact that you can reach to me. Before we start our lesson for this day, let's start it with a game. Yes, it's a game. Are you excited? That's good. So we call this game Pick Math Word. Are you familiar with this game? Yes, that's good. So what are you going to do? So I will going to show you a picture, and then on that picture you will going to give the exact word. What is the word in that picture? So okay, in the given time, so you are expected to give your word. Then write your answer directly in the comment box below. Okay? Are you ready? Okay, let's start. Pick math word number 1. Time's up. What's the word? Yes, domain. Everybody got the correct answer? Very good. Pick math word number 2. What's the word? Relation. It's related to our topic for this day. Relation. Pick math word number 3. Time's up. What's the word? Rains. That's good. Pick math word number 4. Time's up. What's the word? Function. Very good. Pick math word number 5. Time's up. What's the word? One to one. Pick math word number 6. Time's up! What's the word? Many to one. Pick math word number 7. Time's up! What's the word? One too many. Okay, that's good. So I know you got the correct answer. Now, take note of that word because that word is very important to our lesson for this day. So you have to remember that word. Again, that word is important to our lesson for this day. So you have to remember it and take note. Okay, this is our next activity. We called it, Where Do I Belong? So based on the object given, we are going to group that object according to each common name. Like for example, the object here is, we have red, apple, bus, avocado, van, green, mango, blue, and Philippine tricycle. Now we are going to group that object according to each common name. So what are the common name of that object? So we have color, fruit, and vehicle. So let's start with the color. In color, we have red, blue, and green. In fruit, we have apple, avocado, and mango. In the vehicle, we have bus, van, and tricycle, or the Philippine tricycle. Now, how did you classify the object? Of course, based on their common names or characteristic, right? Like for example, so we have here the red, blue, and green are belong to color. So they are all color. And then we have apple, avocado, and mango. So they are all belong to fruit. So lahat ng ito ay prutas. Kita natin, di ba? And we have bus, van, and Philippine tricycle. So this is a Philippine tricycle. They are all belong to vehicle. So they are grouped according to each common name. Okay, now, since they have the relationship based on their common name, now we can write it in the set of ordered pair. Right? Now, how to write it? Like this. So in set 1, so we have the red color, blue color, green color. And then the set 2, we have apple, fruit, avocado, fruit, and mango are belong to fruit. Then the set 3, we have bus, vehicle, van, vehicle, and tricycle are vehicle. So, in that form, we can show the relationship in the form of ordered pair. So, there is a relation. Okay, think about this. So, in your real life situation, so there are many different relations, di ba, in the real life situation. So, can you give your own example of the real life situation? So, a relation in the real life situation. And you give your own example. So, just drop in the comment box, no? So, just give your example of relation in the real life situation. But before that, I have an example here. So, we have here, like in this time, no? So, we have many kind of real life situation, many kind of relation in the real life situation. Like for example, we have virus. When we heard virus, so it is COVID-19, diba? There are a lot of virus, but this time the known virus, now we have COVID-19. When we heard virus, COVID-19. New normal, stay at home. So our education this time is new normal, and then stay at home. No students allowed in the school. Okay? Then, no health protocol, no entry. So, what are those health protocol? No face mask, no face shield. No, that's it, no. So, you cannot allowed to enter in establishment without the health protocol. You are not allowed to enter there. Then, we have also health protocol face mask. Okay, di ba? When we heard health protocol, of course, it belong na doon ang face mask. Okay? Not only face mask, face shield, social distancing. So there are a lot of health protocol. So as our example here, so there is a relation. Okay? Okay, so now, ano pala ang relation? What is relation? So a relation is a set of ordered pairs. So like for example, we have 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 5, 1. So that is the set of ordered pairs. And the set of all first coordinate is the domain or x of the relation. And then the set of all the second coordinate is the range or y of the relation. So, makikita natin dito, lahat ng first coordinate. So, first coordinate, itong nakabox ng brown, ito pala yung domain or x of the relation. So, ito yung mga domain. Si 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, ito yung domain ng ating relation or x value. So, ito yun. And then the set of all the second coordinate is the range or y of the relation. So, ito yun, yung nakabox ng blue. Kikita natin, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. So, ito yung mga range, the element of range or y, no, the element of y. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. So, that is a relation, a set of ordered pairs. And then, the first coordinate is domain or x. And then the second coordinate is the range or y. Now, a relation can be represented, no, in two different ways. So, what are the representation of relations? So aside from ordered pairs, so we have also a table. We can represent also a relation using table, mapping diagram, and a graph, no? A graph also. So ordered pairs, table, mapping diagram, and a graph. So like for example, the example natin a while ago, ito yon 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 1. So it is an example of ordered pairs. Makikita natin sa ating example na a while ago. So it is an example of ordered pairs. Now, how to represent relation using a table? So ito yon. So table of values, no? Makita natin ito, table. So table natin pwedeng naka-horizontal or naka-vertical. So itong pinapakita ko ay naka-vertical. So makita natin dito, ang lahat ng element ni x or ni domain nandito sa left side. Kasi naka-vertical ang aking table. Then lahat ng element ni range or domain or y, range or the value of y, itong nasa right side. Kita natin. So, si element of x or the domain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, si y, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So, that is the representation of relation using a table. Now, how about the mapping diagram? So, here. So, mapping diagram or also called as arrow diagram. Kasi, itong diagram na ito, gumagamit ng arrow. Kung makikita nyo, mayroong arrow dyan na target, no, sa kanyang pair. Nakatarget sa kanyang pair. So, itong first natin na circle, so, not only using like this shape, you can also use a different shape as long as you use a arrow. So not only oblong, no, oblong, but you can use also circle, square, or rectangle as long as you are going using a arrow. So ating domain nandito sa element of x, no, nandito yung domain natin, and then ang range natin nandito yung element ni y. So c1 map to 2, c2 map to 3, c3 map to 4, c4 map to 5, and c5 map to 1. So that's why called mapping diagram. Okay, so also relation can be represented using a graph. Diba ang graph na tackle na natin before about the Cartesian coordinate plane. So ito yon, yung Cartesian coordinate plane. Dito natin ma-represent ang relation, no, as graph. So as we can see in our ordered pairs, so we have 1, 2, which is the 1 is the domain or x, and then c2 which is the range or y. And then makikita natin dito sa ating Cartesian plane, so merong x value, no, lahat ng number dito nandito sa horizontal line, ito yung mga value ni x. Then dito naman sa vertical line, ito yung value ni y. So paano natin i-graph ang relation? So ang first ordered pair is 1, 2. So dito yung 1 or x, no? Ito yung element na x na 1. So paired to element ni y na 2. So ito yon. So it means dito sila na tagpo. So ito yung plot natin. So dyan, yan yung plot natin. So the ordered pairs 1, 2. So dito yung point nila. How about 2, 3? So dito yon. So x is 2, 3, then our y is 3. So dito ang kanilang point. And then next, we have x 3, and then y 4. Dito ang kanilang point. Then next, we have x 4, and then y is 5. Ito yung kanilang point. And then our x is 5, and then ang y is 1. Diyan ang kanilang point. So this is how we represent relation using a graph. So bakit dito lang lahat ng points, sir? So kasi ang ating ordered pairs is all positive. So as we going back, no, we discussed before the Cartesian plane. So the quadrant 1, ito yung quadrant 1, di ba? So all the coordinate is positive. So that's why we put the graph here, no? Because our ordered pairs is all positive, walang negative. Dito naman, negative, positive. Then dito, negative, negative. All the ordered pairs is negative. Then dito naman, ang ordered pairs natin is positive, negative. O, di ba? Nag-review pa tayo sa Cartesian coordinate plane. Okay? So, now, what is a function? So, we discussed already what is relation. Now, what is a function? So, function is also a relation. No? It's a kind of relation. So, it's a relation in which each element of the domain corresponds to exactly one element of range. That is a function. So, function is also a relation. So, each element of domain corresponds to exactly one element of the range. So, that is a function. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? So, like for example, we have here, so the set of ordered pairs, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 1. So, ang ibig sabihin dito, ang domain daw natin, so, correspond to exactly one element of the range. So, dito lang tayo magtingin sa domain. So, dapat ang domain natin, hindi mauulit. So, mayroon bang naulit na domain? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, walang naulit. Di ba? So, it means exactly one element of the range ang pair ni domain. Wala mang naulit na domain or the x value. Okay? So, it is a function. Okay? Paano maging hindi function? Ito, tingnan natin to. So, ang domain natin, again, yung naka-color yellow. So, 1, 2, 1, 4, and 5. So, tingnan natin ang domain. Kung may naulit sa domain, so it means hindi yan function. So, si 1, 2, so again, si 1 na naman. 1 paired to 4. Dito, si 1 paired to 2. Then dito naman, si 1 paired to 4. So, si 1 is naulit. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ito function. So, it is yun. May dalawang domain na naulit. So, it is a mere relation. So, it is a mere relation. It is not a function. So, the function kasi, ang domain ng function correspond to exactly one element of a range. So, that is a function. So, pag may naulit na domain or the element of x, ibig sabihin, hindi yun function. It is mere relation. Okay? Okay, classification of relation. So, what are the classification of relation? So, relation can be classified into three ways. So, we have here the one-to-one relation. So, as you can see here, every element of the domain X correspond exactly one element in the range Y. So, that's why called one-to-one relation or one-to-one correspondent. So, like here, 1 correspond exactly one element which is 2 in the range Y, no? And si 2 correspond exactly one element in range Y which is 3. Then si 3 correspond exactly one element in range Y which is 4. And then si 4 correspond exactly one element in range Y which is 5. And then si 5 correspond exactly one element which is 1. So that's called one-to-one relation. So in one-to-one relation, as you can see here, it is a function or a mere relation. Yes, it is a function because makikita natin walang naulit sa domain natin or sa element na x. So walang naulit. So it is a function. Now, can you give an example of a one-to-one relation or one-to-one correspondence? Yes, I have an example here. Your ID number. Like for example, students Annie, Joy, and Mark correspond exactly a one ID number. So si Annie, ang ID number ni Annie is 001. And si Joy, ang ID number ni Joy is 0012. And si Mark, ang ID number ni Mark is 0100. So, hindi naman pwedeng ang ID number ni Annie at saka ni Joy magkatulad, di ba? So, every students have their own ID number. So, that's why it's called one-to-one relation. So, ang relation dito, students and the ID number. So, that is the relation of student and ID number. So, every students correspond exactly one ID number. So, hindi pwedeng same ang ID number ng dalawang estudyante or tatlong estudyante. Okay? Another example, we have a one-to-many relation. One-to-many relation, or we call one-to-many correspondence. As you can see here, our element of x is 1 to 4. And then 1 and 4. And the element of y is 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So, C1, or the element of x na 1, paired to 2, and then inulit again. C1, i-paired kay 3. So, 1 to many. Diba? Nakita niyo? So, isa lang ang ating element, but i-paired siya sa dalawang element ni range or ni y. Then C4, how about C4? C4, paired kay 4, C4 paired to 5, C4 paired to 1. So, 1 to many. Okay? 1 to many relations. So, So, sa makikita natin dito, naulit ang element ni x. So, it is a function or mere relation? Yes, it is a mere relation. It is not a function because the element of x or the domain ay naulit. No? Maraming beses ginamit. Si 1, pangalawang beses. Si 4, tatlong beses ginamit. So, it is a mere relation. Now, can you give an example in the real life situation, no? Which is one-to-many relation. So, meron ba? Meron ba tayong makikitang one-to-many relation in the real life situation? So, meron. Like, for example, si Sir Jeff. So, the teacher and the student. So, si Sir Jeff, diba, si Sir Jeff is the advisor of Section Pisces. So, I am the advisor of Section Pisces. So, then, my students is si Ray, si Marby, and si Yani. So, these three students is under my advisory. Okay? So, that is one-to-many relation. So, actually, more than 3. Diba? This time, you in section Pisces, you are 42 students. So, it means one-to-many. So, it's so many. So, that is an example of one-to-many relation. So, how about in your own? Can you think one-to-many relation? So, meron ba kayong makikita dyan na one-to-many relation? Meron ba? Yes, meron. Marami. Marami, sir. Like, for example, si mama and their children. Di ba? Mother and the children. So, marami man kayong kakapatid siguro, right? So, mother and their children. So, also here, the relation here, teacher and students. So, one teacher, then many students. So, one-to-many relation. So, another example, we have a many-to-one relation. So, many-to-one relation. So, dito naman, ang element ng x natin, or the domain, ang element ng ating domain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paired to exactly one range or one y, element of y. Like for example, si 1 relation 2 correspond to exactly to 3. No, exact 3. And si 2 correspond to 3. So, many. So, the element of y ay x. Dalawa sila. Correspond to only one element of y. So, dalawang element ni x correspond to isang element ni y. That's why many to one relation. Then other example, 3 correspond to 5, si 4 correspond to 5, and si 5 correspond to 5. So they are 3. No? The element is 3. Correspond to exactly one element. So that's why many to one relation. So, makikita natin dito, it is a function or a mere relation. So, kita natin. Yes, it is a function. So, makikita natin, it is a function because the element of x, walang naulit, di ba? Walang naulit. So, function pa rin siya kahit maulit ang element ni y, kahit pag ilang beses natin ginagamit ang element ni y, basta si x, hindi maulit, so it is a function. No, function pa rin siya. Like for example, in the real life situation, so here, makita natin, ang relation dito, students and their score. Si Brent, ang score niya sa test, like for example, we have a test in math. Si Brent, ang score niya sa test is 20. So, exactly 1, no? Then, how about si Dave? Ang score ni Dave sa quiz natin sa math is 15. Si Angel is also 15. And then si Sam also, his score is 15. So, they are many. Same score. So, many to 1. So, there are many students got same score in the quiz in mathematics. So, that's why many to one relation. Okay? So, that is an example, no, in the real life situation. That many to one relation. But, it is, again, it is a function. Kasi walang naulit dito sa ating domain. Or the value of x. Okay? So, here, tignan natin, sa one-to-one relation, ito yung mga element natin. So, in showing using the ordered pair. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 1. And then, sa one-to-many, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 1. So, naulit. Ang mga domain natin, naulit. So, that is many, ay one to many. So, one to many relation or correspondence. Or many to one relation. So, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5. So, ang domain natin, hindi na ulit, but ang range is na ulit. Na ilang beses inulit. So, that's why we call it many to one relation or many to one correspondence. Okay, now let's try to apply what we have learned. So, I have a situation here. As you can see, Paul pays an amount of 12 per hour for using the internet during Saturdays and Sundays. He enjoys and spends most of his time playing a game, especially if he is with his friend online. He plays the game almost 4 hours. Okay, now understand the situation. So, and then later on, I will give you a question about this situation. Okay, I will give you only 5 seconds. Okay, so here, and then, this situation can be represented in different ways also. Like for example, by listing the ordered pairs, we have 1, 12, 2, 24, 3, 36, 4, 48. Or by table, so here, our X or the domain is the number of hours, 1, 2, 3, 4. And amount to be paid, which is Y, 12, 24, 36, and 48. So, represented by table. And also, it can be represented using mapping diagram. So, the element of X, the number of hour, and the Y is the amount to be paid. 1, map to 12, 2, map to 24, and 3, map to 36. 4, map to 48. So, shown or represented by mapping diagram. And also, this situation can be represented by a graph, using a graph. As you can see here, so the number here, no, in the vertical line, which is the Y, is very small, no, because the number is too long. So that's why you can see. So, but we can estimate here, no, or found out. So here in the vertical line, this is the amount to be paid by Paul, and then in the horizontal line, this is the number of hours. So as you can see here, it is the point. So 1 hour and 12 pesos. So this here is the point. And 2 hours, 24 pesos. So here is the point. 3 hours, here, might be here, 36, and so on and so forth. For number 1 question, how much will Paul pay for using the internet for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and 4 hours? So, how much? So, the answer is, Paul will pay 12 for 1 hour, 24 pesos for 2 hours, 36 pesos for 3 hours, and 48 pesos for 4 hours. Next question, is the amount to be paid by Paul related to the number of hours? How? Yes, the amount to be paid by Paul depends on the number of hours. If he played or if he used the internet 1 hour, he paid 12 pesos. If he used the internet 2 hours, he paid 24 pesos. Next question. Based on your answers in number 1, what is the domain? What is the range? In the relation, the domain is 1, 2, 3, 4. And the range is 12, 24, 36, and 48. The domain is the number of hours. And then the range is the amount to be paid by Paul, no? Every time he used the internet. Rather. Next question, is it a relation? Yes, it is a relation because as you can see in the domain, walang naulit. So, once lang ginagamit ang ating element ng domain. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hours. So, hindi na ulit. Walang na ulit na time, di ba? question. How are time and amount related to each other? The amount Paul will have to pay depends on the time he plays. The amount is 12 times the length of a time. So 12 times 1, if 1 hour, 12. Then the amount increase if the time increase. So that is the relationship, no? That it is related. If the hour increase, the amount to be paid is also increased. Next question. If Paul has decided not to play the game in the internet cafe this weekend, what is the maximum amount that he would have saved? 48 pesos is the amount that Paul have saved because every weekend he played 4 hours. So 4 times 12, it is 48. That's why he can save 48 pesos if he did not play this weekend. Okay? Complete me. So now it's your time, no? It's your time to clarify your understanding about the lesson. Given the graph here, complete the set of ordered pairs and the table of values, draw the mapping diagram, and identify if the relation is a function or not. So here is the graph. So it is the graph now that given. You are going to complete the set of ordered pairs. So as you can see here, the first ordered pairs is given. So you need to complete the rest. And the table. So the element of x are given already. Then the y, you need to complete now based on the given graph. And also, the mapping diagram. You need to fill in what is the element here in the A, or the X, or the domain, or the B, or the Y, or the range. You need to fill in. And aside from that, you have also a multiple choice test. So in this multiple choice test, directly select the letter, the correct answer. So the given statement need to choose what are the correct answer or the letter of the correct answer. Then after you answer this activity, so directly send it to me through my messenger account. Okay, so good luck and enjoy answering this activity. Thank you.